Hello. Hi. I hope you can all hear me. Oh, hi. Great. Awesome. Hi. I'm Vivian Mineker, and I am the illustrator for the book The Road Not Taken, written by Robert Frost. It's a poem, a pretty famous poem written by Robert Frost. And I was fortunate enough to do an illustration for it, illustrate the poem as a book. And this is actually my first book with this, and since then I have actually done a couple with them. I'm doing another. I actually have done another Robert Frost book with them that's coming out later this year, and I did another one called Snoozapalooza. It's a count book with Kimberly Garth, who was also in the festival early. Watched her stream. It was she read other, which was really cute. So today I'm gonna do a little thing of this, but before I do, I just wanted to talk a little bit about my process, inspiration for illustrating this book. I believe probably know about this poem, but for those who don't, it's basically a poem about making decisions. So like it's about the poem literally talks about a cross, a road that falls into two, and the decision to make to take one or the other. So I think it's a really good message and a very profound idea, and as things start making in our lives. So it meant a lot to me because at the time when this was 3 years ago, when I worked on this book, I actually had made a big decision in my life, and especially with that decision, I was living in the result of that decision. I being in a corporate job for like 10 years, doing not quite art related stuff. So I actually decided that I really wanted to become an illustrator full time. So I decided to quit my job, and I moved out of my town, which is Portland, Oregon. I moved away, I went traveling for a bit, and I ended up living where I am now, which is Slovenia in Europe. It's a long story, but basically everything happened after this big decision. And then after I started doing illustration, and it was like one of my books that I ever done as a freelance illustrator. So it really meant to me because I was having like, you know, like when you make a decision, kind of like that, whether you made the right one, and the starting thing was kind of scary. So this really helped me be at peace with my own decision that to become an illustrator, which worked out one so far, thank goodness. Like, I'm very fortunate to have been able to work on many other books since then, and really enjoying doing. So without further ado, I'm going to read this book and try to show the illustration at the same time, because the text is not very long. So there's a lot I had to fill in with this poem. So I had to create like sort of a parallel story visually to go along with the poem, and hopefully you can catch some of that as I'm reading it. The Road Taken by Robert Frost. The Road Not Taken. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. And sorry, not travel and be one traveler. Long I stood. So here you can see there are two roads. And looked down one as far as I could to where it went in the undergrowth. And took the other just as fair. So I want to explain just a little bit here. Because I don't know if you can see, but each the road represented with a different shaped leaf, and you can see he is holding two leaves. So to represent that he picked one of the road, here he has put this round one into the back, and he is holding the maple and taking this route. I think perhaps the better claim because it was easy and wear. Though as for that, the passing warned them really about the same. He's on his way to this road. Both have more equally led the montage of how the boy is growing up. And I wanted to show the yellow wood as the background, everything to keep consistent and like a spiritual thing in his life. Here he's growing up, working, graduating. In leaves no step had trodden back black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. And now he's when there's the round leaf. There's another sort of small montage. And dog chasing that turned out to be the lady's cat. Yet knowing how way leads on to having a family, building. I doubt it if I ever come back. So here's another montage of their family. Their family going through life, growing up, the man growing old with his wife. Unfortunately, she passes away. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages hence. The man now grown, grandpa watching grandchildren play. Two roads diverged in the yellow wood, and I took the one traveled by. He noticed something in his pocket was the round leaf that he didn't take. He lets it go. And that had made all the difference. And that was he with his a happy family house. And there you go. The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. So I hope you all the illustration that goes along with it, and I was really happy to work on this and have it turned out the way it did, just because I think it's such a positive way to look at our different decision making. Every making decision, one small one. A lot of times when people are making big ones, they look back, they're not sure if they made the right one, or what your life be if you make a different one? And to me, I think it helps me think about it in a way that we matter. All the decisions you've made has led to what you're doing now and where you're at the moment. So for me personally, I really, really enjoy my life now. I really don't look back too much and wonder too much. I don't regret anything. I think it was the best decision I made, even though it was a very scary one, but it ended up being good. So yeah, so I had a lot of fun with this book. I hope that you all enjoy reading it as well. And the other one have done that's coming out later this year, but also by Robert Frost, is Stopping by the Wood Evening. It's also a very famous one. I'm sure lots of you know about it. It's another very profound, a little bit different in the message, of course, but it's also very meaningful. And I really hope that you all check that out when it comes out. But yeah, it's already out. Pick one and share it. But thank you so much for these nice comments on the side. I really am glad that you like it. And if you have any questions, answer it. Oh, I also want to talk just a little bit about my process, because a lot of people kind of ask me about how I make my illustrations. My process is actually watercolor mostly. So I do everything on watercolor with water and gouache, mostly mixed. I scan it in the computer, and I detail, kind of just fix some mistakes, because I make a lot of mistakes. I'm a perfectionist, with trying not to do much, but I try to make details and all the mistakes kind of disappear in Photoshop. So I do that, and I add very, very like small detail in computer, and that's how illustration. I guess that's all that I have prepared for you today. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you have an awesome time, or you have had an awesome time at the festival, because that's the last one.